May 24, 2015, Pope Francis published the encyclical letter Laudato Si on care for our common home, exploring many of the themes encyclical and featuring interviews with many activists and professionals in the world concerned about our common home. This short video is the Sibu congregation's response. The encyclical takes its name from the invocation of Saint Francis of Assisi, Laudato Si, mi Signore. Praise be to you, my Lord. Praise be to you, my Lord, through our sister Mother Earth, who sustains and governs us. Nothing in this world is indifferent to us. In this encyclical, Pope Francis enters into dialogue with all people about our common home. He writes, I wish to address every person living on this planet. I urgently appeal, then, for a new dialogue about how we are shaping the future of our planet. We need a conversation which includes everyone, since the environmental challenge we are undergoing and its human roots concern and affect us all. Chapter 2. Pope Francis reflected on the story of Noah in Genesis. These ancient stories, full of symbolism, bear witness to a conviction which we today share, that everything in this is interconnected and that genuine care for our own lives and our relationship with nature is inseparable from fraternity, justice, and faithfulness to others.
Selamat datang kami pasal kami lalu untuk penantai kita bersama semua ke kami Laudato Si Musical Night. Jadi sekretariat Cathedral Sibu, aku dari MC Laudato.
Laudato si, oh mi Signore, Laudato si, oh mi Signore, Laudato si, oh mi Signore, Laudato si, oh mi Signore. Under the sea, darling, it's better. Don't worry, it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore, they work all day. Out in the sun, they slave away. While we devoting full time to floating under the sea. Down here, all the fish is happy as off through the waves they roll.
我们的地球是我们和万物共同的家园，地球是我们的母亲，地球只有一个。今天，地球发烧了，地球妈妈在流泪。这个课题呢，在21世纪是不可能。
黑的天空。 低垂，亮亮的繁星。
在家里也可以做到有序生活，从以下3点。
Organizing committee, the dancer, the singers, and the sharing the lifestyles. They are
天上的星星不说话，地上的娃娃想妈妈。
Pope Francis has written a letter addressed to every person on this planet, urging us all to protect the earth, our common home. In the letter, he says, "The earth is God's gift to us, full of beauty and wonder, where the fruits of the earth belong to everyone. But what we see today is that our common home has never been so hurt and mistreated as it has been in the last 200 years. We have developed at a greater speed than we could ever have imagined. We have treated the Earth like it has an unlimited supply of resources, taking more than our fair share from most people on the planet, as well as future generations to come. We have stripped the Earth of its natural forests, contaminated the Earth's waters, its land, and its air. Plants and species are becoming extinct at an alarming rate. The Earth, our home, is beginning to look more and more like an immense pile of filth. Our increasing use of polluting fossil fuels, especially coal, oil, and gas, is helping to drive climate change, which is one of the biggest challenges we face today. Climate change affects us all, but it is the poorest communities who suffer the most. We are now at crisis point, where the future of our common home is under threat. And despite this crisis, there seems to be no slowdown in the lifestyles of the rich nations. Enormous gaps between the rich and the poor continue to rise. Between those who are trapped in poverty with few or no resources, and those who are consuming and wasting at an ever-increasing rate, leaving a trail of waste and destruction. Our digital world is also polluting us with noise and distractions, stopping us from learning how to live wisely, to think deeply, and to love generously. Real relationships are replaced with virtual friendships, which we can choose to accept or reject, making us dissatisfied with true, deep relationships, or can give rise to a new sense of isolation. Yet, despite all of this, all is not lost. Young people demand change. Young people want to build a better future, which takes seriously the environmental crisis and the sufferings of the poor. So we can change. We can make a new start. To protect our common home, we need a common plan. The whole human family needs to work together so that we may sow beauty, not pollution and destruction. Our use of polluting fossil fuels also needs to be replaced without delay. And we need to stop treating the world's resources as an object for profit, with no thought on how our actions might affect the environment or future generations. So let's put love for the world and love for our neighbour into action by living together in harmony, listening to one another, caring for nature, and getting involved with society and politics. Let's undergo an eco-conversion in which we listen to the cry of the earth and the cry of the poor. This means taking seriously things like avoiding the use of plastic and paper, reducing water waste, separating rubbish, and using public transport as a part of our calling to protect creation. But more urgently, we need to slow down on how much we consume and throw away. We can find great joy and freedom in living simply, rather than always on the lookout for what we do not have. We are capable of these changes and making a new start. So let us make that start today. Signed, Pope Francis. Laudato Si, a letter from Pope Francis on care for our common home.